And my guests on the Culture Crawl this morning are Lisa Barnes, Executive Director of Summer of the Arts, and Jacob Yarrow from the University of Iowa's Hancher, in to talk about the upcoming collaborative effort, which is the Iowa Soul Festival. Welcome, both of you.
Glad to be here.
Thanks so much for being here. Of course, you're both regular guests on the Culture Crawl, so familiar faces and voices to us. The Iowa Soul Festival, though, just in its second year. Lisa, tell us a little bit about the genesis of the Soul Festival.
Basically, what happened was a few years ago, Chad Simmons, Executive Director of Diversity Focus, came to Summer of the Arts, and he said, we really need a big event in eastern Iowa that celebrates the African American culture. And it took almost 2 years for everything to come together for the Iowa Soul Festival in 2013. That was our first year of it. It's an exciting opportunity for us to branch out into something a little bit different, and trying to really reach a target audience that we haven't really pursued in the past as much. And it's been a lot of fun. We were so happy to have Hancher come on board last year and to collaborate with them to kick things off on Friday night. Buddy Guy last year was absolutely huge, and we're really excited about what Hancher is able to bring to the table in this collaboration.
And the thing that Hancher brings to the table is you're helping out with the Friday night headliner, who is Jarreau, and that is a free concert, which is not something you guys do every day.
It is not, though over the last 6 years, we've started to pretty regularly, multiple times a year, I'd say, have free outdoor shows, as part of our strategy to deal with the lack of our own venue.
Well, you don't have a building, so you got to have them outdoors.
Exactly.
You got a really big tent.
Exactly. So we have a very large capacity at those shows, and the opportunity to work with Summer of the Arts and the Iowa Soul Festival made a ton of sense for us. If we're going to do something that's going to be free and outside, it's much more appealing to connect it to a larger event.
And, of course, in Jarreau, we get to bring back one of our own, somebody who's got a history at the University of Iowa.
Absolutely, and we're thrilled to have one of our graduates here and to see the response from areas of campus. I mean, the public's like crazy thrilled, but
Yes.
areas of campus as well. The College of Education immediately reached out because that's where he has his degree from, and trying to work out like a distinguished speakers thing with him. And it's really exciting to see the university get so enthusiastic about one of our grads coming back to perform.
Of course, Jarreau is not the only headliner. It's pretty much 2.5 full days of things going on. What are some of the other highlights, Lisa?
On Saturday night, the headliner is Lalah Hathaway, who recently won a Grammy, and so we're really excited to have her. And she actually also recently recorded with Jarreau.
That's right. They've got a duet on
Yeah.
Al's new album that we're playing here at KCCK.
Yeah, which is really cool and exciting, and that was kind of all coincidental when Jacob said that Hancher wanted to bring in Jarreau. We're like, that's great, and the committee talked about who they wanted on Saturday, and Lalah Hathaway was their first choice. So we're very fortunate to be able to have her. And then we actually have kind of an interesting combination. What I love about this festival is there are so many different styles of music that are representative of this culture and this community. And so we're actually kicking things off on Saturday morning with some local youth dancers. And these are kids that are ages 5 to 17. We've got a number of different dance groups as well as a drill team that will be performing, so a little bit different. And then we kind of go to a couple of local favorites. The Funk Daddies will be performing, followed by Kilowatt and Grizz Blues Band, and this is a new John Klinkowitz and Steve Grismore band that they put together. But you can always count on everything they do is going to be great.
Well, it's always going to be good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. And then we're actually bringing a band in from Indiana called Cool's Bazaar that features Cassius Goins, who has performed a number of times, I think, at the Jazz Festival.
Another University of Iowa alum.
Yeah. So we're excited to have them. And then prior to Lalah Hathaway, we're bringing in 10 of Soul, which is out of the Quad Cities, and should be a lot of fun. I think there's like 10 or 12 people in this band, a lot of brass. It's going to be kind of a Chicago style, reminiscent of that type of music, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, that kind of thing. So that'll be a lot of fun too. And then, of course, Sunday, we're partnering with KCCK on our gospel brunch. So again, Gloria Hardiman, who is so talented, along with a whole lot of other people. So we're going to have a wide range of different styles of music. And Jacob didn't even talk about the opener on Friday. Hancher's actually programming all of Friday night.
So tell us about the other act that's going to be on the stage on Friday.
On Friday night, we actually have brought another collaborator sort of to the table. We're working with the Landfall Festival of World Music, which CSPS presents or Legion Arts presents at CSPS largely in Cedar Rapids. That whole week, it runs Tuesday the 16th to Saturday the 20th. And we saw the opportunity to get together and feature some of the bands that will be at Landfall as openers for Al Jarreau. And so one of them will be Chinobe and the Wamu Spirit. And Chinobe is a wonderful young musician from Uganda who has performed since he was 10 all over Africa with lots of really famous African musicians like Youssou N'Dour and Angelique Kidjo and lots of great people. And it's a little bit more on the traditional side of African music. So with traditional instruments like the kora and the kalimba, and it's really fun, wonderful, joyous music.
That is the cool thing about, when we talk about bringing a festival in that's going to celebrate African American music. Of course, you got American soul, you've got more traditional African music, you've got blues, you've pretty much got a little bit of everything. So there is, literally something for everyone. If you don't care what's on the stage right now, just wait a few minutes.
Exactly.
Right.
Because the next thing, it might be right up your alley. Now, with the normal Summer of the Arts, I assume lots of food.
Yes.
And craft vendors and things like that, too?
Yes, it's going to be a little bit different this year because we are moving the main stage to the University of Iowa Pentecrest, provided we don't get a lot of rain ahead of time and have to change things around like we did with Jazz Festival. Fingers crossed on that. So the way that the festival will be set up is the main stage on the Pentecrest, and then Clinton Street will be filled with everything else, all the rest of the festival. I think we have 12 or 13 food vendors. A lot of soul food will be offered this year. We're really excited. We have some new food vendors that will be bringing something different to the table that people probably haven't seen at our other festivals. We have an African marketplace that will feature 12 to 16, we're still finalizing, but 12 to 16 different artists and vendors. And we'll have a beverage garden. We're going to have a kids fun zone. That'll have the bouncy house. And then I think we have 5 or 6 other fun stops for kids activities as well. So yeah, lots of fun things. Clinton Street's going to be packed with all kinds of things. Obviously we'll have our valet bike parking as part of our green initiative. So if people want to ride their bikes, that's, it's that time of year. Everybody's really enjoying riding their bikes. So we definitely encourage people to do that. And it should be a really fun weekend.
And everything, of course, on the main stage outside in the Pentecrest there will be free. We should mention the Gospel Brunch is a ticketed event.
Yes, the Gospel Brunch is a ticketed event. There are 2 seatings at 10:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. at the Sheraton Iowa City Hotel, and tickets are $30 each. You can visit either the KCCK website or summerofthearts.org or call either of our offices and purchase your ticket and make your reservation.
And, of course, summerofthearts.org is where you can get the full story behind all the stuff that we've kind of gone over once lightly as well. And
yes.
also any late-breaking information. I know, Jacob, is still possible another band or two that might come to ground between now and then.
I think there'll be another band opening for Al Jarreau once we figure it all out. That will be super exciting.
All right.
But there's things to sort out first.
in process.
Yes.
It's the Iowa Soul Festival coming up in just a couple of weeks.
Right.
Well, good luck with the rest of the preparations, and looking forward to seeing you guys that weekend. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great weekend of music.
It should be a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for coming in today.